Guys, ready? Thank you so very much for coming. Welcome. We are going to graduate 27 new sexual and gender-based violence advocates, instructors, and those that are going to go on to do this work. We have a great lineup for you today. We have positive and powerful speakers that are going to be coming from all across the globe. We are going to be speaking to the power of what it is that is going to happen today and graduate successful and very proficient sexual and gender-based violence instructors. I'd like to mention that this is a very momentous day. And before we begin, we're going to start with a bit of history. We're going to start with an announcement that was tallied by our foreign relations officers that have given us our numbers for today. And as of today, as of this commencement, as of this recording, we are going to certify the 400th sexual and gender-based violence instructor since our program began before COVID in 2018. 400 certified from 24 countries and 2 territories. We have 224 that have been online here in this virtual offering. We've had 50 that was in corporate training, international corporate training as a requirement for their human and gender rights training. And we've had 126 in the private sector that used our course for CEUs, professional development, and those that are needing a refresh in their current professional standing. So to date, we have 400 that will be joining us, and you will bear witness to the crowning of the 400th sexual and gender-based violence instructor today. I just couldn't wait to tell you that. And I'm so happy to be able to be a part of that history-making event. I also found out that we are the first and only sexual and gender-based violence organization to have graduated so many in sexual and gender-based violence, and those that are now instructed to be able to teach this on a global scale. So I want to thank you all for joining us today, those that are family members, those that are coming to us from different areas of the world, and those of us that are coming to grant the peace and support of those that are going to be graduating. I'm excited today, and I pray you are too. We're going to be following our order of our program today, and I welcome you with that great news and the honor that it bestows. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the table, understanding that you are the premise and the solution to this, and you are going to witness the next group to bear witness to this congratulatory day. I am too tickled. I am too tickled. Queen Mother is here. And she is going to open us up, of course, in prayer. Thank you, Queen Mother.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am so, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good morning and thank you. Just so happy to be here for this special occasion and to be a part of acknowledging history that in the making. I am just so grateful, and I want to say, dear God, thank you for this moment. Thank you for this opportunity to stop and to just think and reflect and to feel how great you are, that you have allowed yourself to come through us, to touch our hearts and our minds, to touch our spirits and our hands, for us to do the work that you have assigned to us and put on our hearts to do, to put on our minds to do. This morning, we come to you with so much gratitude, with so much anticipation of what is yet to come. We come to you with one heart, one mind, one spirit, one love. And for this, we say thank you. Thank you for what has been done. Thank you for what is being born, for what is yet to be. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. So with that, I say, I know that all is well. And for that, we thank you. For those of us who are gathered here, for those of us that are not here, but are here within our hearts. And we know that all is well. Ashe.
Shay, Amin, Amen, Aho. And so it is. Say la. Thank you so very much, Queen Mother. I really appreciate you and always appreciate the moving words that you offer us today. I'm tickled. She has on her drape today. I wish I would have thought to wear yellow today, but Queen Mother always seems to be brighter in this light that she shines with that yellow on. So thank you, Queen Mother, for that today. My throat is a little froggy. Remember, Muslims here are fasting, so we are very parched today, so bear with me. And know that all is well, as Queen Mother says, in our going forward. I want to thank each of you for coming. I am not going to stay long with the opening remarks. I gave you the history that I was so excited to give you. I also want to give you a thank you to the distinguished guests that have come here to bear a bid adieu to all the ambassadors, dignitaries, diplomats, those distinguished guests, those supporters and allies that have come today. I want to welcome you. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us today. A few housekeeping rules as we are going forward. Unless your room is completely silent and void of all noise, we're asking that you keep your mics on mute and mute your devices throughout the program. The graduates will have a chance to be able to speak as their name is called in procession. They will speak for 1 minute and they will be able to give their thank yous, their congratulatory remarks, and their gratitude in that 1 minute. Because of time and because of our valiant speakers that are be here today, we're asking that each graduate keep it to 1 minute in length. Next, we're going to have 5 dignitaries that are going to speak to us, and they each have 5 to 6 minutes to speak. And we're asking that we keep the background noise to a mute, and that all our devices stay muted during their time. I want to thank all of the elders that have joined us today via, I have one that has not, I don't know if that's her, but I do believe Elder Jacqueline is here. She is from Cambodia. She is 86 and said that she was joining us today to witness this history. We have Elder Marguerite, who was here, that is not here anymore. She was from South Sudan, who joined us today. She is also coming to witness this history and to see those valiant supporters. She actually is the one that said that she didn't know that was that many people interested in human and gender rights. And she said, my God. So I was quite tickled for her to join us today. So thank you, Madam Elder. We welcome you. I have also an ambassador here, and I think I saw him that gave me in my notes. There is another ambassador that is here from the UAE, if I remember correctly. Ambassador Gaither, who is an ambassador for human and gender rights in the UAE, and who joined us from Dubai to welcome the next lineage of women and men that are going to be taking this course in May, that are going to be from Dubai. So I want to thank you so much for that support. Okay, for those of you that are new or not knowledgeable of the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, it started as a concept. It was very thematic. It was very hopeful, and it was started on a dare, if you will. One of the young ladies that was in a meeting with me years ago asked me if there was a way that we can comprise human and gender rights work without seeming like it's social work or community service work or even a leg of public health. And she said she wanted to get a concept note into the United Nations because they didn't have such an entity. They have human rights, they have gender rights, They have SCGs, but they don't have a gender and human rights organization that is specifically designed to train and supplement education in continuing education and professional aptitudes. So I spoke with her in length, and about a year later, the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights was born. It is a social impact organization designed under the sovereign umbrella to be the educational source for those that are survivors of sexual and gender-based violence, female genital mutilation, human and sexual trafficking, and those children that are survivors of victimization through child bride and child dowry. We service the international conglomerate, and we offer a continuing education for those that are in communities that wish to be the solution for those problems that are sought in their culture, their tradition, and their legacy. And we pride ourselves in understanding that this is so important that we put out free and accessible education every year to make sure that there are enough trained and competent certified sexual and gender-based violence fellows that are able to go back into their community and offer this service. They are trained for the last 90 days, and they have been here for 3 solid months of continuing education. That has been nothing less than hard for some. I've gotten messages from Dr. Mina, when is this going to end? Oh my goodness, I didn't realize it was this much work. Oh, the due diligence of being on these calls and being in these groups and all the Zoom meetings and all of the things that have come forth in the putting together of this program and making sure that they are certified. Well, I am happy to announce that there are 27 individuals that are here today that are going to be crowned the newest instructor in sexual and gender-based violence and able to bring this back to their sovereign lands, their towns, their states, and their communities to be able to rid us of sexual and gender-based violence abroad. So I want to thank all of you, and I want to equally thank those that have come in support of the graduates, family members, friends, and those colleagues. We have alumni also that are here and present, and those that are officials from the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, to include Dr. Catherine Hall Trujillo, who is Queen Mother to all of us. We have Princess Adewoyan, who is our Consul General for Cape Verde. We have Dr. Karen Lomax, who is the advisory team lead for the executive team of the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights. One of our guest speakers is Ambassador Andrew Ramjohn, who is the ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago and the Caricom. We equally have, I believe it was Grace Ellabute, who is head of our, she was here, sorry, but she is the head of our Consul General, International Consul Generals around the world. And we also have, I believe, there was Sarah Youssef, if I remember seeing. Sarah Youssef is also our ambassador and our legal advisor for Nigeria and the Nigerian team. So I want to thank each and every one of the fire members that have come today, those that have been recognized, and those that are coming on at a later time after their meeting. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. Our first speaker and our first guest speaker is none other than our elder humanitarian, who is Queen Mother, Dr. Catherine Hall Trujillo. For over 40 years as a public health administrator, community health educator, and advocate in the public and private sectors, Dr. Hall Trujillo has been addressing the racial and gender divide in women's access to health care. Her work has culminated in the Birthing Project USA, the Underground Railroad for New Life, which is a global maternal and child health organization. Working in 13 countries, her experience and understanding translates and bridges policy, administration, service delivery, and client cultures as earned in her national and international recognition, including presentations of the Lifetime Achievement Living Legacy Award, and appointed as official Elder Ambassador for the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights as a United Nations affiliate. Dr. Hall Trujillo has also received the University of California at Los Angeles, or UCLA, School of Public Health Lifetime Achievement Award, and is Ashoka Global social entrepreneur fellow, sorry. She is an independent scholar of the Cuban public health system, serves as the medical advisory board of IFCO, the administrator of US Cuba Medical School Scholarship Program, and the adjunct faculty for Charles Drew University of Medicine, and a visiting professor for the Cuban National School of Public Health, where she facilitates courses for US students and professionals. I want to thank Queen Mother for coming, not only as a humanitarian, but also as those that we see every day in the work that we do and the many ways that we are led to be in this great divide. So I want to thank Queen Mother. I want to welcome her to the stage, and I equally want to thank her for being the best example that we have to be better each and every day. Queen Mother, the floor is yours.
My goodness. My goodness, my goodness. And I say that with such sincerity and such delight and such humbleness. You all heard all the wonderful things that this organization has been doing. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the woman who accepted the assignment, who carried this organization under her heart and birthed this organization into something that is real, something that is really making a difference on the planet at this time when it seems there is so much turmoil and so much crises. But in the midst of turmoil and crises is when there is such a fabulous opportunity for something to come forth that represents the good that has always existed, but has to be nurtured into being. I just want to take a moment to just say thank you, Dr. Amina Ali. Thank you for what you have done. I was going to recognize all the wonderful people that are here, but since you've done that, I won't say that again, but I want to say that thank you to every one of you that showed up for this occasion. We are like the village that comes out when a baby is born to say, bless you. And today is one of those moments when we say, bless you. Bless you, the woman who birthed the vision. Bless you to everyone who is a part of the vision. Bless you to everyone who appreciates and supports the vision, because something wonderful has happened. The idea of having gender and human rights, to me, as an elder who has been around for a long, long time, is one of the most important things that happens. I think that as long as God is still sending new life to earth, we have to recognize that with that each new life that appears here on the planet comes a certificate of birth, very similar to the birth certificates that are given to babies in Cuba, which basically says, welcome. We're so happy you're here. And these are the things that you could expect from us to nurture you, to help you to grow into a human being that has stewardship for conserving the planet, for holding the energy for the yet to be, for you that is responsible, that you are responsible for co-creating the earth that we want to live in. So it begins with that very, very promise to new life that we're here to take care of you. And this organization is the organization that makes sure that people understand what that is and what the components of what that is, and to know that they are not by themselves, but that they're all over the planet. And by working individually and collectively, we are co-creating the future that comes with the promise of life. That is the core of what I want to say today, of how I, as a community elder, join all the community elders around the planet. And we're smiling today because we know that with this 27 that are crowned today, there are now 400. Imagine that, 400 ambassadors from their hearts that are connected and know what to do and are going to be doing it. We know that we're in good hands. And for that, I say thank you, thank you, thank you for stepping up the plate and being the representative of all that is good. Ashe.
Ashe, thank you, Queen Mother. Wow, thank you. Wow. Just hearing you say that, I don't know, it just hit me differently, but thank you so very much. I didn't realize it until they started, well, you started the query when you asked how many now. And then you asked for how many countries. And then it was like, I gave it to one of our foreign relations officers and I said, is there a way that you can tally? And they went back through all of the WhatsApps and all of the rosters, and they counted, and from the private to the public to the online to the international. And they said, Dr. Mina, you got 400 students. I said, no way. And when you saw the little check marks and I said, wow. So that was, I was humbled. I shed a tear or two because I just couldn't believe it. You know, you're doing it a group at a time and you just don't realize since 2018, you know, since this has started, the actual first sexual and gender-based violence class, it started at the same time that the maternal care, it started and then the maternal care program started. And I can't say anything but thank you for those that supported it, for you being involved in it. And then the programs that have come since. So I thank you as well. Thank you, Queen Mother. You have truly been a great asset and a supporter, and I thank you. Next, we are going to have our alumni speaker. This young lady I speak very highly of in public and in private because she is someone that came to me asking for a way to start her mission. I will read her bio in 2 seconds, but I'm so tickled with who she is as a person, who she is as a giver. She works in many countries, but she is here in Texas. And she is actually Queen Mother. Your ears will perk up. She's actually from Panama. So she is very astute in the work and the labor relations that are needed in developing countries. And she is someone that not only knows the work, but is so diligent in getting it done. She's also going to be a training consultant for FIRE in making sure we have a few CEUs and continuing that education in our respect as well. I introduced Dr. Lisette London, originally from Panama, currently living in San Antonio, Texas. As a Spanish-speaking international trauma specialist and human rights activist who holds a doctorate in international psychology, Dr. London has taken the call and the mission to create a for-profit company, Lisette London Global Consulting, that is dedicated to training organizations and their staff to be more trauma-focused in how they serve others, but also on how to care for humans as a service provider. She also holds a nonprofit organization named Trauma Informed Resiliency Academy, which is a global training platform that serves professionals and paraprofessionals and licensed experts in their field, communities, and organization in obtaining quality continuing education that highlights the educational and training needs in the field of traumatology. I love that word. That's a very in vogue word, but that traumatology is really a true word in the study of trauma. Dr. London is a Federation of International Gender and Human Rights alumni and an avid supporter of the cause. As an ACE master trainer and certified trauma specialist, she is a certified traumatologist, certified in human trafficking, victim service provider, and Academy of Certified Social Work. As an Academy of Certified Social Workers, she continues to volunteer her time in sharing her education and training to support and serve individuals in organizations globally. I welcome her, and I pray that you will hear the words for the graduates. You will hear the words as an alum to help you to understand where you can go and what power you have behind the leadership you possess as a new sexual and gender-based violence instructor. Dr. Lisette, you may unmute your mic. The floor is yours. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Queen. Before I start, I always want to say thank you to our host. She knows that she can reach to me at any hour of the day, and I will always say yes.
Yes.
I believe in her cause. I believe in her. I love her to dear pieces, even though we've only met virtually. She knows that she has my heart, and I will always say yes to her. So I always want to say that. Welcome, everyone. Blessings to my fellow colleagues and future alumni, right? To FIRE. I am so excited to be here. I have the energy of, I've lost the energy, as you know. I feel like it's like Friday where you're dragging, but I'm so excited to see everyone smile. So it's giving me the energy that I need, right? So I will be quick. I won't be long-winded. But I just wanted to come here and just say a quick congratulations and to charge you for the work that you're about to do. So congratulations again on getting the certificate of gender-based violence instructor. 400 people, that is amazing, right? That is amazing. And the call that you have accepted is not a small call. It is not a small task. You are going to be doing the work that is so needed, right? This is a very exciting moment that I want you to truly process and to bask in. As human rights activists, we are dedicated to not only advocating to the issue of gender-based violence, but to educate others on why this is the topic that cannot be ignored. And though I am not telling you anything that you do not know, I want to remind you of two things, right? So the first thing is, in the work that we do, we always need to remember that this work needs you. So it is important that you take care of yourself and your needs holistically. I'm a big advocate of self-care. I have been working in the field for a long time, and I've seen burnout. I've seen compassion fatigue, and that will always be my first thing that I will advocate for. The work cannot be done without you. And because it cannot be done without you, we need you to take care of yourself. Mentally, physically, spiritually, we need you here. And so in order for you to continue to do the work, please stop and take care of yourself. And if you don't know how, you can always reach me. I am accessible via WhatsApp, LinkedIn, email, phone, whatever it is. If you don't know, I am here to support you to figure out how. The second thing that I want to remind you is that remember that those that you are serving and training are humans. And just like you, they may be triggered because of a trauma they've experienced. So always keep a trauma-focused lens in everything that you do. And do not hesitate to stop and seek help if something is not working or clicking, or you're having a difficult time expressing the work to someone else. We are here. I am here, as I mentioned. Please make sure that you stop, process, take a deep breath, and if it doesn't work, reach out. You are now part of a group, a network of 400 people. You are not alone. This work is not only just you. You have a backing. So imagine you walking into a room trying to support someone. You are not alone. Imagine 400 people behind you. And that's what this is. And I want you to remember that. So as an alum, I have had the pleasure of connecting with some awesome individuals throughout this process. And I am collaborating with many of them, many of you, and I am so excited for that. And this is what Fire is. You are not by yourself. You are able to collaborate. You don't have to recreate a wheel. The wheel is already there. You don't have to seek support. The support is already there. And so I just wanted to come here to remind you that you have partnership. You have a network of family members, not colleagues, family members. And I want you to know that as you graduate today, as you embark on the work that you're going to be doing or are doing, that now you can go on and realize that you are stronger because now you are part of FIRE. So again, I'm proud of you. Congratulations, blessings to you all and to you and your family, but also the work that you're doing. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Dr. London. I can't say it, I couldn't say it any better. Dr. London really touched home when she said, you are truly not alone. And I want to remind each and every one of the students that are now certified sexual and gender-based violence instructors that you do have a network. Each of the alum that are on WhatsApp, those of you that will be joining the group that we have for those that are wanting to connect to each other. If you want to reach out to Dr. Lisette, please do. She is on LinkedIn, as she mentioned, and you can't miss the rave reviews that come along with her profile. So you'll definitely know you're there. And I think she's the only Lisette in London, because I have a girlfriend of mine that's having a baby and she's thinking about naming her Lisette because I gave her that name. So I thought that was so interesting. She says, I like that name.
It means a vow to God.
It means, what does it mean?
It means a vow to God.
Nice, even better. Even better. So thank you. So not only giving premise, giving prospect, and truly giving value to the worth of the name. I am so proud to have her here and to have the understanding of what it is she has come to give. Thank you so very much, Dr. London. Our next speaker is our distinguished speaker for the day, and she is Ambassador Carmen Schmidt. She is the former ambassador of South Africa to Finland and Estonia. She is currently in Gauteng, South Africa. And Ambassador Carmen Schmidt is a dynamic, motivational, inspiring, and visionary leader. She is a well-venerated and trusted ambassador and an internationalist with 18 years of experience in international and foreign affairs. She is deeply spiritual and cherishes her integrity, her family, and humanity. She believes that dynamic, decisive, and significant changes in society, organization, and industry drive sustainability. Ambassador Schmidt is a compelling communicator, as you will hear. She is a mentor with energetic leadership strategy, which is interlocking mediation and conferring skills of integrity. Ambassador Schmidt represented South Africa as the ambassador of Finland, also accredited to Estonia from 2016 to 2020. She is compassionate about women, youth, the gender role, people with disabilities, and education, and addresses the issue of parity. She is currently a board member of the Circle of Global Business Women, a founding member and chairman of the Africa-Asia Toastmasters Club, and a member of the International Indigenous Women Development Community. She rounds this out as a board member of GJA Co-working Spaces. The recently established Horizontal Accelerator International Holding Party Limited strives to create a sustainable environment for improvement, sharing, and financing by connecting people, businesses, and organizations in capital. Ambassador Schmidt has a Reserve Bank diploma in Central Bank from the Institute of Bankers and an intermediate degree between the Bankers Association and the UN ISA Economics as a required certification. I'd like to welcome Ambassador Schmidt, and I equally would like to welcome her as a diplomat to this cause. She is someone that I respect deeply and dearly, and she has been on my mind for quite a few weeks now, and I would be remiss if I didn't invite her to speak. As a fellow Toastmaster, her eloquence will be seen and will be noticed, and I really appreciate her word and what it is that she gives. Madam Ambassador, you may unmute your mic. Your floor is yours.
In the words of Muhammad Ali, he who is not courageous enough to take risk will not accomplish anything in life. Madam Moderator, Dr. Amina Ali, I am truly humbled to be here today and under your leadership and guidance, a person that inspires me wholeheartedly for everything that you do around human rights. I'm quite excited to see that I thought it was 27 students, but 400. How amazing is that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, leadership is the ability to guide and influence yourself and others. At the heart of leadership is creating peace, courage to unlock the untold stories of those that gets affected by gender violence, taking the risk to be a transformant in society to ensure the eradication of this. Your commitment is evident by your graduation. I congratulate and commend you for the courage that you have. Take up the task and be part of FIRE. Generally speaking, we all know that 1 out of every 3 women has faced some kind of gender-based violence or psychological abuse. And majority of that is affected by this is women. And if we look at the trauma which was mentioned earlier, you would find that trauma sometimes send them back to the perpetrators. And sometimes we do not understand why. As an illustration, let me tell you a bit of a personal story. I have had females very close to me that has been subjected to gender-based violence. On one occasion, however, I decided to intervene and I got smacked in the process. Being me, because I've witnessed this over time, I decided to get the perpetrator arrested, but it led to bad relations between me and the person that is very close to me being affected. And in the end, I had to drop the charges. I then realized that in all this, it is easy to have preconceived ideas about what should be done and how it should be handled. But it's ultimately up to that person to take ownership of themselves. And in the absence of that, you can only be supportive as far as you possibly can. The good news is eventually that person decided to put an end to this and take responsibility for themselves and ensured that they move on and find the healing necessary. Now, one of the aspects that for me that has been prevalent in our society is the socialization of people. Can you just give me a second? I think my computer just needs to be charged, if you allow me, please.
Absolutely, Madam Ambassador. As we are waiting, can I ask that, I see Dr. London, if you would, could you put your, let's see, can you put your LinkedIn information, or at least your contact information in there. Uh-oh. Now my computer is messing up. Okay. In the chat box, someone just asked a private message, how do I get in touch with Dr. London? So thank you so very much. Madam Ambassador, the floor is still yours.
Apologies for that.
No,
So
thank you.
socialization is one of the key issues that renders people into committing this violence. So we need to have precision, patience, and time to deal with these acts. And we also need to create an understanding that our preconceived ideas need to be set aside in order for us to be effective gender instructors. So the approach in dealing with traumas is imperative, and you need to be strong within yourself. Put away your preconceived notions and deal with the issues at hand. Committed, we have to see every case to its end. Sometimes it might not turn out the way that we envisaged it would, but we should never give up to transform society for the betterment of all. You are the leaders of society that we need to effect change in this for both men and women. You are the healers equipped to lead in your spheres of influence. You have been given the tools. You can rely on all of us to assist you when you need wisdom, as was mentioned earlier by the previous speaker, to mitigate crisis, because you sometimes will not have the answers to everything, but we are here. You are the change makers, ready to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, you have effective tools to lead in healings of families, communities, and societies. For both men and women, rise to transform society with your directly driven and decisive commitment to end this violence. As you journey, I implore you, gauge an understanding of the holistic situation. Put on your attentive listening skills. Help all parties concerned to heal with patience and time. Through this path, you will be getting better cooperation. You are empathetic, energetic, effective, and efficient leaders taking up this new journey, leading to inspire and with courage. In the words of Muhammad Ali, he who is not courageous enough to take risks will not accomplish anything in life. Back to you, Dr. Mina Ali.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. I really appreciate that. And that Muhammad Ali, you saw me, I was on the phone trying to get that saying because I want to post that. That is definitely a memorable post. And I want to put it up as a relevance to the struggle that we have as people, as humanitarians, and as service workers now. That if you don't take that first step, if you don't have those small struggles, those as putting out the fires, as we say here, that there won't be a true appreciation for what it is that we do. There's going to be times that are going to be struggling and hard. And what I heard from you is that it's part of the course. So I thank you for reminding us that that is powerful, what it is that we have and what it is we're going to bring forward in that. Thank you, Madam Ambassador. And see, guys, I told you I didn't lie. Her voice is so eloquent in her accent. I could listen to her all day, her and Queen Mother. Thank you so very much, Madam Ambassador. Our next speaker is none other than our very own He is one of my favorite speakers, as he too has an accent that allows people to want to listen for hours at a time. He is His Excellency and Ambassador Andrew Ramjohn, who is the Fire Permanent Mission Representative to Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. And he is going to be joining us today. And he is a very declarated ambassador. It is a pleasure and a privilege to offer Ambassador Andrew Ramjohn. His Excellency's areas of knowledge and expertise lies within finance and funding, due diligence and compliance, conflict resolution, public relations, human resources, youth and gender affairs, and of course, sexual and gender-based violence. But his most proud and most prominent is women's empowerment. Climate change and carbon zero initiatives, corporate sustainability responsibilities, consumable sustainable energy, and the environment and waste management topples his top 10. An experienced negotiator of complex national, regional, and international programs, projects, and strategies, he's an experienced speaker, presenter, and communicator. His Excellency is a strategic thinker, experienced in coordinating and implementing the vision and in establishing crucial relationships within individuals, corporations, and institutions, local business partners, government, and the international organizations that feed them. He's a talented senior developer with great international communication skills, executive powers with over 31 years of experience in the area of finance and funding of projects worldwide. He is a peace ambassador and a global goodwill ambassador, a humanitarian and an international human rights ambassador and special envoy to the CARICOM, North America, and the Caribbean. I introduce you to Ambassador Andrew Ramjohn and ask that you share in the joy that I have in welcoming him, as he is someone that I enjoy listening to in the confines of women empowerment. Ambassador Ramjohn, you may unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Thank you so very much, Excellency, Dr. Amina Ali. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you for being here with us today. We're very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time now, as well as those who are now new to the FIRE organization. I would like to thank Dr. Ali, first of all, Dr. Ali, for accepting that dare so that we can be here today, and for giving us all this wonderful opportunity to represent to the world our collective desires for a better humanity in whatever different category we are qualified, studied, and proven, and surely most passionate and vociferous about. I thank all the dignitaries in attendance, all the FIRE ambassadors, all participants, and all viewers, and a special thank you to my brother Anderson Ramjohn for viewing also. And in today's gathering, I would like to focus just for a moment on our newest member who has now joined us. You have chosen to be a part of our organization due to, I pray, the mutual passion for FIRE's vision and divine mission. Not forgetting, of course, our 400th member, and that gives me, we can say now, hashtag FIRE 400 strong. Congratulations. Your passions help us all to unite, and the energy we create is what allows us to achieve our individual as well as our group goals. We need you as you need us, and that is why we are grateful to have you join FIRE. During the next few months, you will be learning about the different initiatives through our planned activities, seminars, especially where you too now will be able to join in and get hands-on experiences. I pray that these will help you to grow, to be more productive. As you go forward in your chosen SDG, I want to advise you, my personal advice to you, to always be passionate about your area of concern. That passion rubs off. Make no mistake about it. Go forward with a plan of action and implement it, and do not rest until you achieve your goals or targets. So onward to my dissertation for today have been given by Her Excellency, the special topic of SGBV, or sexual gender-based violence again. 1 in 3 women worldwide, as we know and have been discussing, experience physical or sexual violence, mostly by an intimate partner. Violence against women and girls is a human rights violation. And the immediate and long-term physical, sexual, and mental consequences for women and girls can quickly be devastating, even including death. It is therefore crucial we must address that the 1 in 3 quickly becomes 0. So today, time given and time allowing, I wish to make an effort to briefly offer just a few ways in which I believe it can be accomplished. And that is also in keeping, in line with the United Nations policies, procedures, and protocols that I do value greatly. Number 1, listen to and believe survivors. When a woman shares her story of violence, she takes the first step of breaking the cycle of abuse. It's on all of us to give her the safe space she needs to speak up and be heard. Survivors of violence are speaking out more than ever before, and everyone has a role to play to ensure they can have justice. I recommend we don't say, "Why didn't she leave?" However, what we do say is we stand, we hear you, we believe you, and we stand with you. Secondly, I would like to recommend that we teach the generation and learn them. The examples we set for the younger generation will shape the way they think about gender, respect, and human rights. Start conversations about gender roles early on and challenge the traditional features and characteristics that are assigned to men and women. Number 3, call for responses and services fit for purpose. Services for survivors are essential services. This means that shelters, hotlines, counseling, and all support for survivors of gender-based violence need to be available for those in need. We can call on governments, for example, to bridge funding gaps to address violence against women and girls. We can ensure essential services for survivors of violence that are maintained during this crisis. Implement prevention measures and invest in collecting the data necessary to adapt and improve life-saving services for women and girls. Number 4, understand consent. Freely given, enthusiasm is mandatory every time. Rather than listening for a no, make sure active yes from all involved. Adopt enthusiastic consent in your life and talk about it. Phrases like, "She was asking for it," or "boys will be boys," attempt to blur the lines around sexual consent, blame on victims, and excusing perpetrators from the crimes they have committed. 5, learn the signs of abuse and how you can help. There are many forms of abuse, and all of them can have serious physical and emotional effects. If you're concerned about a friend who may be experiencing violence or feels unsafe around someone, review. And if I have some time, I will go into of those signs. There are so many, but right now, review the signs and learn about the ways to help them find safety and support. Number 6, start a conversation. Show your solidarity with survivors and where you stand in the fight for women's rights by arranging, for example, your social media profile. In this day and age of technology, we have so many. You can download banners for your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter profiles. On Instagram, you can use the UN Women's face filter to spread the word and encourage your community to do the same. Use the hashtag Orange the World and hashtag gender equality to start your own conversation about gender-based violence. Number 7, stand against rape culture. Rape culture is the social environment that allows sexual violence to be normalized and justified, fueled by the persistent gender inequalities and attitudes about gender and sexuality. Naming it is the first step to dismantling it. 8, fund women's organizations. If you're able to, donate to local organizations that empower women, amplify their voices, support survivors, and promote acceptance of all gender identities and sexualities. Again, UN Women works with some women's organizations everywhere to end violence against women. Assist survivors, as I said, and secure equal rights for women and girls everywhere. Create a safer environment for everyone by challenging your peers to reflect on their own behavior and speaking up when someone crosses the line, or by enlisting the help of others if you don't feel safe. As always, listen to survivors and make sure they have the help and support that they need. Number 9, and I only have 10. I'm going to make it as short as possible. There is so many, but my number 9, hold each other accountable. Violence can take many forms, including sexual harassment in the workplace and in public places. Take a stand by calling it out when you see it. Catcalling, inappropriate sexual comments, and sexist jokes are never okay. And for my number 10, know the data and demand more of it. I believe to effectively combat gender-based violence, we need to understand the issue. Relevant data collection is key to implementing successful prevention measures and providing survivors with the right support. Gender-based violence, I hate to say it, but gender-based violence has spiked during the COVID-19. People were in close quarters for too long. The gaps in gender-sensitive data collection have become more glaring than ever. Call on your government to invest in the collection of data on gender-based violence. If you need ideas, I recommend and I give credit to the United Nations. The United Nations has a website, data.unwomen.org, and you will see how the UN Women works together to bring about a radical shift in how gender statistics are used created, and promoted. In conclusion, I said I really wanted quickly to mention a few of the signs that we look for. And I'm sure a lot of these are going to sound very familiar to my sisters out there. Your partner keeps track of everything you do. They monitor where you are and whom you are with at all times. They prevent or they discourage you from seeing friends, family, or going to work or at school. Your partner insists that you reply right away to their text messages, their emails and calls, and demands to know your passwords to social and media sites, email, and other accounts. Sounds familiar? An abusive partner may act jealous, including constantly accusing you of cheating. Sounds familiar? They may be demeaning. They may put you down by insulting your appearance, your intelligence, or interests. An abusive partner may act angry or have quick and unpredictable temper, so you never know what might cause a problem. They blame you for their violent outbursts and physically harm or threaten to harm you and members of your household, including your beloved children or pets. I'm sure these things sound familiar, so I'm going to leave that there. I don't want to take up any more of your time because I need to leave time for our special and very next speaker, the Right Honorable Yvonne E. Gamble, to introduce herself to us all and fill us in on her opinions, advice, and recommendations. Thank you so much, Dr. Ali. Thank you all very much for your time. God bless you.
Thank you, Ambassador Ramjohn. Always insightful, always focused on the women, and always appreciated. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And you're right. The next speaker and the last and final speaker, I know I'm getting private notes from the candidates that are saying, Dr. Mina, how many more? But you will be so pleased and so honored to hear this next speaker because she is someone that I have been a quiet admirer of hers for a minute. She has definitely given me insight into some of the things that I need to do, both fiscally. She's working with me on an international project, and she is definitely a venture capitalist that knows her stuff. So without further ado, I introduce to you Her Excellency, thank you. Okay, yes, Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Yvonne E. Gamble. She is CEO of Sanpete Financial Group, and she's venture capital innovations from Atlanta, Georgia. Honorable Gamble is a venture capitalist and the CEO of Sanpete Financial Group, venture capital firm specializing in infrastructure development, senior partner of Platform Capital Group, Accelerator Hub, founder of Simplified Knowledge Institute, which is a think tank, and founder of PPE supplier MobiMed, which is, of course, a PPE and COVID-19 solution provider. She is the founder of T-Minus Space Development and T-Minus Real Estate Development, a space exploration manufacturer and real estate modulator factory and land developer. Founder of Eli Bond Publishing House, publisher, ambassador of United States Country Director, Lifesavers Ambassador International United States, and Executive Director of Women Leading Change Now, Political Advocacy. Honorable Gamble has a few books that I'd like to mention. She is Facing Your Next Billion. I love the title of that. I'm going to judge that book by its cover. Why Do We Communicate? Getting Unstuck in Translation. Her next one is 64 Big Proverbial Reasons Why We Communicate. I love that one. And her last one is Growing Your Business During Recession, which is something we all could have used in these last 2.5 years. This book guides us and helps us determine our business and communications net effectiveness on world societies. And last but not least, I appreciate the fact that she has come on today and she's going to be speaking in those terms. Honorable Gamble, you can, oh, you did. Unmute your mic. The floor is yours. Thank you so very much for your time and coming on today. Oh, I love the background. God bless you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you so much for those kind words. I would also like to thank Her Excellency, Dr. Amina and FIRE for extending the invitation to me to be the keynote speaker for this next installment. This is a magnanimous woman, you know, as it has been said here. And I don't know how much more I could add to that, but I have been also very quietly following her. And so this is someone that I trust in. I'm going to share with you here in my next few moments this. So this is the time to sit up and take note and to really understand how to be in business, in the business that you're in. You have so many leadership people here who are your mentors. You have ambassadors. These are the people who would help guide you and to lead you. This is your team, graduates. You need to have a very strong team. You need that 10,000 at your front. You need that 10,000 to your left, that 10,000 to your right, that 10,000 to your back. The leadership here with FIRE has given you exactly that. I can see it. I can just see the love that they have poured into you, and I know of the connections that they have. So you have that. So I just want you to understand that the work begins now with each one of you. I'm going to put before you two questions: the World Bank's action plan and a template that would help you develop your moonshot eradication plan against gender-based violence. You will need these 4 tools to ponder, to research, to collaborate on, to develop collaborations, and to put in motion clear, actionable protocols that bring about true change of sexual and gender-based violence. No longer can we sit by and simply accept talk, reports, assessment, looking at the problem, monitoring the problem. Now it's time to eradicate the problem. You change your lexicon, you change the narrative, you change the outcome. Question number 1. When institutions such as the World Bank commit 19 plus years and spending 300 million plus in gender strategies, how do they recoup their investment if their investment rationale becomes no longer valid? Listen carefully to that question. I'm going to give you some background on investing. I've been in this investment arena since 1976. You can do the math. When an investment is made, there is always a return on an investment that is anticipated and expected. How you derive that return is generally on the continuation and the growth of the service, the product, or the issue that you invested in. I want you to think very carefully on that. 300 million plus in dedicating 19 years to that. Question number 2. A US study between 2011 and 16, it talked about the lifetime economic burden of rape of about 25 million adults. Said it costs $4 trillion. This is between 2011 and 2016. This $4 trillion was spent on medical costs, work productivity, reimbursements, criminal justice activities, properties foreclosures or damage. And the study concluded, here's a direct quote: preventing sexual violence could avoid substantial costs for victims, perpetrators, and healthcare payers, employers, and government payers. These findings can inform evaluations of interventions to reduce sexual violence. So here's the direct question: will the US economy be benefited or suffered by the reduction or elimination of sexual and gender-based violence. Let me give you a little bit of background on a balanced economy. This is when governments, how they balance their economies. This is how communities, states, provinces balance their economies. When you reduce or eliminate in one category, you must increase in another category to maintain a balanced economy. The bigger issue becomes, how do you increase the economy while reducing sexual and gender-based violence? That is truly the path to eliminating sexual and gender-based violence. You have to be aware of the systems. These things that are happening, morality, yes, has diminished, but it is the systems that keep them going. If it was simply the morality, the code of conduct, and the ethics, the problem would have been eradicated millennia ago. But the systems that are in place, these are also the most important areas that have to be changed. The systems within your governances that keep these going, the balances within the economies of these governments, of these countries, of these places, of the people, they have to be changed in order to eradicate sexual and gender-based violence. The World Bank's action plan announced on November 2017 that it had released a full body plan that outlined administrative operational measures that was going to help prevent and respond appropriately to incidences of sexual exploitation and abuse, as well as other forms of gender-based violence. Well, in summary, this highly funded plan simply continues assessing, sending out mandates, talking, informing client partners, investors who do expect a return on their investment. And the only way they're going to get it is, as we mentioned before, the continuation of that issue. And they also set out how the budget is going to be spent on the task force, not how the budget is going to be spent on the actual issues themselves, but how they're going to spend the budget on the task force who's actually assessing, sending out information, talking to the people. So no plan of eradication is addressed in that 300 million plus 19-year commitment. When you look at these, and the ambassador who spoke before me, thank you so much for his kind introduction. He spoke to you, telling you that you have to have a plan, and he outlined 10 points. You have to have a plan of action, and you have to be able to execute upon that plan. The previous ambassador that spoke before him, Dr. Lisette, she talked about how if you don't have a plan, and if you are not strong enough to carry that plan forward, you're not daring enough to carry that plan forward, you simply will continue the assessment, the talk, the investment, and the investors will continue to receive their return on their investment because the problem will just simply continue. That's what we have to stop. We have to stop this where it actually exists. What I would give to you is this: create a 5-year moonshot plan. Many of you will recognize the moonshot plan from the SpaceX program, and even with what our current president had set the moonshot plan in, just to eradicate cancer. And basically with the moonshot plan, that says, if I shoot for the moon, I will get what I need. Everything else between here and the moon will be covered. What moonshot plans do is they change the analytics, they change the narratives, and it changes the outcomes. I'm going to give you, and I'm going to leave you with 3 benefits of how you actually arrive at a moonshot mindset. The day before something is a breakthrough, it's a crazy idea. With that mindset, you give yourself permission to pursue your crazy ideas. The crazy idea that I'm giving you today, and that is that we together can eradicate gender-based violence, be that sexual, be that the spoken word, be that just simply in the way it's acted, be that coming from our governments. We can get rid of all of that. We can eradicate it. That's the crazy idea. And if you think it can't be done, think about the time before we actually put a man on the moon. Think about the time before we actually had civilians going up into space. Think about the time before when there were no cars, when there was no internet. We're able to communicate one with the other. We're talking to one another around the world. And we're talking and we can see one another. There was a time before, if you brought someone here from the 12th century and they saw us doing what is today a normal activity, what would they think of us? Wow, they're gods. That's magic. And all we know is technology, and we're hoping we can keep our connection on the internet. To us, it's commonplace. Number 2, you must be willing to take whatever is necessary. Malcolm X said, do whatever is necessary to do, whatever it takes to transform industries, to transform society for the better. You have to recognize that with that moonshot mindset, you become a super innovator. You become that person who will not stop. Just as the ambassadors before me, you have said to you, they are there to help you. I am here to help you with all of these efforts. But you have got to stand up and don't simply take no for an answer. Do not, never take no for an answer. Go until the goal is met. Never go. The sun does not set until the goal is met. Remember that. The sun does not set until the goal is met. You must create a billion-person challenge. Fire has lit a fire under this issue. I see more information than I've ever seen my entire life on the issue of gender-based violence. I see more people coming to this effort. You need to keep that. You were just given a roadmap that says you can download information and put it out there. Make this an everyday conversation. Just as you get up in the morning and you check your Facebook, you check your LinkedIn. We want to check our gender-based violence app. We need an app for that. If we don't have an app for that, we need to rally around and get fire an app for that, so that if something is happening to someone, they can quickly dial a number. I worked on 911 before there was a 911, developing those caveats, developing what actually goes into create that 911 system that did not exist when I was a little girl. It exists today, but it didn't exist. It was a crazy idea to think of that you could tie police departments together and have one central location. That was totally unheard of, unfathomable. Now you can't even imagine what life would be without it. The same thing can be on that app, so that everyone around the world knows if they dial this number, somebody's going to be there to help them. That's that billion-person challenge that you create. That's what you can do. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with 2 things. Number 1, how much more could you achieve if you had a moonshot mindset towards eradicating sexual and gender-based violence? What can you do in the next day, within the next 24 hours, to make progress towards eradicating gender-based violence? I'm glad you asked. Here's what you can do. This is number 2. My challenge to each of you is to send your leadership your list of 5 things that you can do to make progress towards the goal of eradicating sexual and gender-based violence. Blessings upon you, graduates. Go out and be bold in everything you do. The sun does not set until the goal is met. Thank you, Your Excellency, Dr. Amina Ali, and the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights for allowing me to be the keynote speaker for your 2022 graduating class.
Wow, it is an absolute honor. It is an absolute privilege. I can attest. Even Queen Mother is sitting there smiling. You see her? When she's happy, the world is happy. I'm telling you, I cannot thank you enough, Your Excellency, for that. And thank you so very much for gracing us with that information, because some of us, like myself, you saw my pencil, I had to click some more lead because it was running out. I definitely took some notes, and I'm definitely on fire with that. And to answer your question, the app is coming. Queen Mother can vouch for that. The app is coming. And yes, if we can get some insight with you as to what needs to be, we would definitely sit down with you at another time. And there would be an honorarium even offered to be able to get this off the ground, because the sister that has it is fully functional, fully aware, and fully vetted. But to have that extra piece that you talked about today, I know it would just skyrocket. It would be that moonshot deal. And I know that it will be carried forth, and we will probably be the first and only with a gender and human rights app. So it will definitely corner the market and will allow people to be vicing us in that 911 mindset that you talked about. So I thank you for that knowledge. And I want to commend you for confirming that the app is right on time. Queen Mother and I and Dr. Lomax was in a meeting with the developer just recently, and she is going to launch that this year. So we definitely want to be in a great community with you to be able to give that. So thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you. If there is, I want to recognize a few people that have come on since our valiant speakers have come on. As we go to this next part, introducing the candidates. So candidates, be ready, students, be ready, fellows, be ready, get your family members on. I'd like to have each of the, if you can, each of the representatives, especially if you have to leave, I'd like to have each of the speakers put in either their LinkedIn or a website or something where people can get in touch with you, because a lot of the side messages are, how do I get in touch with her? How do I get in touch with her? And I know we're going to have so many that are going to be asking afterwards, especially family members who were actually the ones that are asking. So many of the students are waiting, but the family members are asking for your information. So if you would put what you are wanting, whether your website, your LinkedIn address, or what, in the chat, so that we have it. And then they will be able to go back, because this is recording, and we will be able to send this information forward. So I thank you so very much for that. And I thank you, Your Excellency, for bringing that confirmation forward. It is truly, guys, that I'm telling you, I am so honored that you spoke that truth today. So without further ado, we are going to thank those dignitaries and invited guests that have come today. We are honored by your presence. I want to give a great homage to 2 of the ambassadors that are here. One has been going in and out due to technical difficulties from another country. And we do have a few ambassadors, again, that I'd like to recognize. We have Dr. Chibundu Onyesho, who is our psychologist, our go-to psychologist, a board certified and award-winning psychologist, who is coming to us from Nigeria, and he is one of our greatest allies and supporters. He is here today. We have Dr. Navneet Kaur, who is someone that I have admired. She is someone that is very powerful in women empowerment in the ages, and we are wanting to recognize her today. We also have His Excellency Ambassador Chisala Bwala, Dr. Chisala Bwala, who is the mission ambassador to Zambia, who is also offers a Center for Research on Sexual and Gender-Based Violence, who is with us here. We also have Dr. Vassima Williams, who is an international interfaith chaplain and pastor. And she has the Love Faith Assembly here in the United States, actually in Maryland, and she's bridging a center in Nigeria coming up. So I want to introduce her and thank her for coming here today. And last but not least, we have Ambassador Chi Wong Kwong, who has come to us from Malaysia. She is a Muslim and she wanted to come in as a Muslim ambassador to support this in the Islamic community and the communities of modesty concerned. So I want to thank each and every one of them that have come here today. I want to greet you. I want to thank you and I want to welcome you to this mission. We are going to be leading in our graduates. Again, as we're going to formulate this, we're going to read their names out loud. We speak their names, whether through technical difficulty or whether they're not able to come, we're going to speak everyone's name in the valor and the right that they share. As they come on, after you hear your name, graduates, I'm going to ask that you unmute your mic and your video so that we can have full presentation of you. And then be able to speak for 1 minute. We're going to play it the UN way. After that 60 seconds, we're going to mute your mic for the next presenter so that for the sake of time, we'll be able to get everyone in and out in the next few minutes that we have. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming, all the family members, all of the guests. We will commence with our graduates for today. Of course, ladies first. We have Hamida Ismail Ahmed from Kenya. We welcome you and we say your name. Please unmute your mic. Okay.
Hi,
There she is.
everyone. I'm so excited. Hi, Dr. Amina. Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Hamida Ismail Ahmed from Kenya, a mother of two, myself a survivor of both gender-based violence and FGM. Today, I'm so encouraged. I'm so happy to be here. Now I can be able to help the community that I come from. I come from a small community that's a pastoralist community in Kenya. Most of them are not educated. I'm so happy to be here. So I'll be able to now assist the fellow women that are going through the same issues that I went through. Thank you so much and congratulations to everyone, my team and Dr. Amina. Thank you so much. It's my iftar time. I can't take much of your time. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and thank you. If you have to leave, we're still going to say your name. And it is iftar and I still got about 6 more hours, but alhamdulillah, you enjoyed for me and you enjoy that meal because we still have some time. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Our next graduate, Kirby Moses from Trinidad and Tobago. Kirby, if you're here, please unmute your mic. We say your name.
Hello, everybody. I am here. It is really lovely to be here with everybody. I'm very happy to receive this certification and to use it in a way that it would help my my peers. Yeah, I can't say everything I have in my head, but it really has been a journey, and I'd like to thank the team that I worked with for this. They have been so helpful, and it would not be possible without them. So thank you, team, and thank you, Dr. Amina, for all the support thus far.
Oh, you're most welcome anytime. Welcome to the delegation of Trinidad and Tobago. We welcome you. Thank you so much. Next is Zora Haq from Pakistan. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Zahra Haq from Pakistan. First, I would like to pay thanks to Federation and Dr. Amina for her generous support. This fellowship was effective to improve my technical knowledge on SGB. Today, I am super excited that I have completed my fellowship. Moreover, it was great opportunity to learn across the globe. I am mental health and human rights professional who always like to contribute to save the rights of the survivor and other vulnerable segments that are unable to raise their voices. Thanks a lot. Over to Dr. Mina.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Zora, and thank you so much for leading a great team. Next is Nafisa Abubakar Zaki from Nigeria. She is someone that is also in another fire fellowship that is still commencing today. So I am going to speak her name if she is unable to come and unmute her mic. I do know she is very busy. She's taking on another fellowship that kind of coordinated with this one. Nafisa, are you here? Okay, we speak your name, we say your presence is known, and we congratulate you here on today as being another successful instructor in sexual and gender-based violence. Thank you so very much. Next is Jennifer Shahid and Henacho from Nigeria. I apologize. Please help me. Please help me. I know you tried with it, but give it to me again.
Is Ihenacho.
Henacho, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It means what you're looking for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What you're looking for.
Yes.
Wow, how appropriate. Okay, I'm sorry.
Everyone, thank you so much, Dr. Amina. Thank you so much for the invited guests and the keynote speaker. I really enjoyed their talk. I also want to thank my teammates, for it was not an easy journey for us, especially those of us that were working, but I thank God that we are all here today to graduate. And I'm so happy because I can use what I've learned to help some survivors that I've been working with. Thank you so much, Dr. Amina Ali. Thank you. And congratulations, everyone.
You are so welcome. And thank you again. I really, really appreciate you and the leadership that you held. Next is Nabila Youssef Ahmad from Nigeria. Please, if you're here, please unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Nabila Yusuf Ahmad, a lecturer from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, Psychology and Counseling Department. I own an NGO local development initiative, and we work on sexual and gender-based violence. A big thank you for this session. This afternoon, it was a great pleasure to listen for your talk. You're highly inspirational and perfectly pitched to the audience, as always. I have to appreciate this fellowship. It has been very useful for me. I would like to highlight the dynamic of this session, very active. It was indeed interesting and well organized and a great to share experience. Many thanks to you all. Thank you and congratulations to all my team members.
You are so welcome. Thank you so very much. And I appreciate your attendance. Next is Jessie Banda from Zambia, the newest member of the Zambian delegation. Welcome. Please unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. My name is Jessie Banda from Zambia. I had like 2 hours to write the speech, but I have totally forgotten. So I am just going to speak from the few things that I remember from my speech. When I first came to the fellowship, I had like a half-empty cup of the knowledge, but I want to thank you, Dr. Amina Ali, for the opportunity to give me the knowledge that I have attained. And I want to assure you my cup is now filled and I am ready to go out there and advocate for human rights and sexual and gender-based violence. Thank you so, so much.
You are most welcome anytime. And I definitely welcome you to other courses throughout the year to refresh and as professional advancements and CEUs as well. So thank you so very much. Next one, Malik Adedoyin.
Yeah. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, you tried.
Yes, I did.
You did good. Okay, so I just want to thank you, Dr. Amina Ali, for putting this together. It's been really an eye-opener for me, even though I never had the opportunity or to experience this kind of course. So it's really an eye-opener to learn. And I also like to thank my team members for being the best team ever. Thank you so much for the knowledge. I hope to use it in the future to help sexual and gender-based violence victims and also contribute to the society as a whole. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're most welcome anytime. Thank you so very much for joining us and having the courage to do this work, because I do know you have responsibilities. So for you to be able to do this and bring this back to your community, it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Next is Zemai. Is it Wendy or is it Wendy? How do you pronounce that? I know you're here. Zemai?
Good afternoon, Mom. I'm super excited. I don't even know what to say, but I want to say thank you.
Yes.
That I've graduated today. I'm super excited. I don't even know how to express myself right now. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. You are the newest member, another member. We have one more, it's a male, of the Zambia delegation, and that makes 3 is total. And I want to thank you for doing this and making a part of that Center for Research from Dr. Bwala a true success with you 3 in there. I know that the data that Ambassador Ramjar spoke about, we're going to own that data and we're going to get more of that data. And I think Honorable Yvonne also spoke to that we need to have more efficient analytics to that data. So I think you're going to bring that forward. And I thank you so very much for that. Thank you so much. Next is Sarah John, Trinidad and Tobago. Leader Sarah, please unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah. I just want to say thank you all for sharing in this wonderful moment. I have never been more proud of my team and the members of this cohort. I want to thank you, Dr. Ali, Dr. Catherine Hall, on all the other speakers that shared such wonderful information and insight, and they were inspiring, and I just want to thank everyone. I just want to congratulate my team members because I couldn't have done it without them. They were such a great support, and they were on time, and they were really supportive. And I just want to thank each and every one of you all, and congratulations. Thank you again.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your leadership and your 10 p.m. notes of correction. I have to mention that every time that there was something, Dr. Mina, wait a minute, what about such and such and such? Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Thank you. You kept me on my toes. I appreciate that. So thank you so very much, Sarah. Next is Husseina Hassan Adam from Nigeria. I know she is here. I want to ask her to unmute her mic. The floor is yours. There she is.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone from all over the world. Thank you so much, Dr. Amina, for having us on this platform. It has been a very, very, very insightful ride, because I also work as a gender and protection officer in my organization, and it has helped me through all the trainings I was able to carry out with beneficiaries all through the fellowship sessions. And I want to really, really thank all of my team members for being super active when their attention is needed. And I want to also thank you once again for always being there and always being available whenever we need you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and it will go a long way in changing our lives and the lives of the people we work for. Thank you.
You're most welcome anytime. I'm getting reports that 2 of the graduates may not come on because the connection is pretty bad. So when we get to them, I'll just speak their name if they're not here. But thank you so much, Husseina. I really appreciate you. Next is Jan Francis Aguodo. Aguodo. Am I saying that right? Jane Francis. Oh, she was the second one. Okay, that's what she was talking about. She said there's another one of us that couldn't get on connection. Okay, Jane Francis, we speak your name. We thank you so very much for being with us in this group. We thank you immensely for carrying this back to your field and your community. And we say your name with that same honor and respect. Thank you so much. Now this one, this young lady is actually the daughter of another fellow who we will hear about in a few minutes. It was a mother, daughter, and son that took the course this go round. So we're keeping it in the family, and they're going to go their different ways with it in their different organizations, and they're going to collaborate together as a family to bring this forward. So I am impressed with this young lady and her mother, who you'll notice the last name again in a few minutes. But Neoma Adama Waubasi, can you please unmute your mic? The floor is yours.
Okay, greetings everyone. My name is actually Noma Adama Nwa Obasi.
Mwa Obasi. Mwa Obasi. Okay,
Yes.
I have that now. Thank you so much.
So I want to thank everybody for the wonderful opportunity. I want to thank Dr. Amina Alice for this wonderful opportunity. The program has been very insightful, and I will definitely use it in my law practice. And also congratulations to all my teammates. And I'm very excited and happy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. And thank you for taking it back to law, because that's where we can affect the greatest change in changing policy and changing the law. So thank you for being an advocate for that. I appreciate that. Next is Hatun Nwap. No, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it because she worked with me. She worked with me. Hatun Nwap. No. Pois. Kinan, did I say that right?
Thank you, Doctor. It just made me laugh now. It's Hatonopwa Kenan.
Hatonopwa. You did work with me. 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 So I apologize. Hatonopwa, Kenya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hatonopwa.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. All right. I want to thank Dr. Amina Ali for this wonderful opportunity. It has been a great session of learning. We have, so far, I would say this is one of the best online courses that I've taken so far. It has, I have improved so well, despite it's an online course, but the course is more technical than you can ever imagine. You have to put in your best to get it right. So I want to really thank you for this added knowledge. It will go a long way in helping me to continue in my path as a gender advocate. Thank you so much, Doctor. And congratulations to everyone.
Yes. Okay, I got it now. Look, it's not leaving now. Thank you so much. All right, this is the mother. This is the mother of Nwabasi. She is Lady Patience Nwabasi. She is actually working, she's a realtor. She works with the Nigerian project in the north. She is building homes and houses and construct for those that are in the North Nigeria. And she is a great resource to go to. So I welcome you and ask you to unmute your mic. Thank you so much for taking this course, and thank you so much for making the difference in the North. Lady Patience. Well, she was just here. Okay. Well, we speak your name, Mama, and we speak it so that the world knows that you have led the charge by bringing your family into this cause and allowing more people to be blessed by this legacy that you leave. I say your name and I take my gele to you in thanksgiving for bringing the entire tribe with you. Thank you again. Next is Amina Al-Hassan Dantata. She is from Nigeria as well. And she comes with great greetings from her group. And if you can unmute your mic, the floor is yours.
Hello, good day, everyone. I'm Amina Al-Hassan Dantata from Nigeria. I'm so excited. Actually, words can express how happy and excited I am. Thank you very much, Dr. Amina Ali, for this wonderful opportunity given to me. Actually, I've learned a lot throughout the session. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to learn more, and I promise to utilize this knowledge I've gotten. Thank you very much. You know, as I said earlier, words can express how gratitude I am. Absolutely. Thank you very much. And I promise to utilize this knowledge through the grassroots. I'm from the northern part of Nigeria, and we women from the northern part of Nigeria are underrepresented. So with this knowledge I've gained, I promise to utilize it and change the narrative of women and girls in Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thanks to our team members. Thank you, Dr. Amina Ali, once again. Congratulations to us. Thank you very much, ma.
You're most welcome. Yes, the North is underrepresented. And one of the ways that I wanted to bring women in is to go into the rural areas. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for taking the charge and taking this back to the North. I know now that there's more women that are going to be helped. So you are truly amazing and a godsend. Thank you so much. Okay, Helen Enyang Ansa is actually dealing with a death in the family. And so she sends that notice to us. We send our condolences to the family, but we speak your name to know that this legacy of what you hold has a great lineage in you because of your due diligence in this work. And we thank you, and the mission thanks you. So thank you, Helen. Next is the kings of the court. Let's stand and trumpet for those that are full of valor and regalness in the masculine form. And we're going to speak to them in no particular order, but they are truly deserving of this title. The first one, Makesi Francis from Trinidad and Tobago. Please unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
First of all, I want to say thank you for even saying my name correctly, because most people don't say my first name correctly. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity and putting me together with such a wonderful team. I couldn't ask for a better team, honestly. I know moving forward, this work, what I learned in this fellowship would really assist, because it reinforced some of the things I already knew, and then it gave me so much new insight. I want to thank you so much for that. And I really do look forward in further communication and working with my team and working with you and everyone else. Thank you.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. One of the newest members to the delegation of Trinidad and Tobago, he will be working with Ambassador Ramjohn. And they have a powerful, powerful program that they are putting out there for the CARICOM to include Trinidad and the Caribbean islands. And I can't wait to see this unfold, because this is leadership that has been waiting to happen. And it's a demographic that is definitely taking fold. Queen Mother, who's working with Cuba, who's also going to be working with Ambassador Ramjohn on these projects and promotions, is definitely going to be unfolding so much in so many areas that need it the most. So I thank you again, and I welcome you to this mission work. Next one is Aliyu Balarabe Ahmad from Nigeria. He is coming forth, and if you will, unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Assalamu alaikum.
Actually, I'm very happy and excited to be among the 400 ambassadors for the SGB. I'm really, really happy. In fact, Dr. Amina Ali, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you bring us to this amazing work. And actually, I'm very happy for being in this family of the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Anytime I am here, I am welcoming you, and the mission is there. And you have so many connections in Nigeria now. And you have well over, and of course, Nigeria is the largest faction. And I don't have the numbers yet. I have my statistician over here. She is so good with numbers. She's going to give me the numbers, and I will report that, of course, in a post as to how many Nigerians are now certified instructors. So there should be no excuse for this not to go to public policy, to community health, public health, and the hospitalizations that are there to be able to infect this and bring this forward. So thank you so very much for being in that number. Next is our very own Dr. Chibundu Onyemachi Onyesho from Nigeria. He is our resident psychologist, and he is the one that saying to what he has done for our mental health. And I'm hoping that he will be voted in as our mental health Surgeon General, if you will, for fire, so that we will be able to have an ongoing research of mental health practitioner that is there for us. And if it is voted in, you heard it first here, you will see him again. Dr. Chibundu, we would like you to open your mic. The floor is yours.
I want to thank you once again, Dr. Amina. Words really are filling me to actually express my gratitude. And I really do not know what to say, but I'm speechless. But I want to say thank you for putting up this great assignment. It's really a big one. And I just want to resonate with all my classmates. It's really been a taskful one. The course itself, it's not just hearsay. It's been rigorous, and you need to do, if you don't know, you don't know. You just have to give your best, and it's been so good. I'm happy, I'm part of this family, and it's been a great learning. I want to say thank you. And to my fellow classmates, I want to say this is not the end of the road. Like the keynote speaker said, the journey just began to eradicate SGBV, and I hope we are ready for that task ahead of us. Thank you very much, Dr. Amina. Thank you.
No, thank you, Dr. Chibundu. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all the work that you're doing. So stay tuned for more information on what he's doing with the mental health side of sexual and gender-based violence and the healing pieces that are going to be coming out of his dissertation, or is coming out of his dissertation, and what it is that he is doing to help this cause. So thank you so very much again, Dr. Chibundu. Usman Mohammed from Nigeria is our next student. Usman, if you can unmute your mic, the floor is yours. Okay, we speak your name, Usman, and we thank you so very much for being a part of this mission and what it is that we bring forth oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, I thought I lost you. Please, the mic is yours.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Usman.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
We're losing you. Yes, we're losing you again.
I am Usman Mohammed from Nigeria. Hello?
Uh-oh. We're losing you, Usman. Uh-oh.
He's by the roadside.
I hear, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, there he goes. Okay, well, again, we speak your name. We thank you. We appreciate you in this mission. And I know your teammates are so proud of you being in this number of completion of this number of 400. I love that. Okay, thank you. Next is Marvin Kapenda, who is the third and final installee of the Zambian delegation. Marvin, if you can unmute your mic, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited about this graduation. Firstly, I would like to confess that what really kept me going was Dr. Amina's energy, her unifying voice, as well as the love that she showed us. I know that there are people who worked tirelessly behind the scene that we've never met. I think we have to appreciate the people who checked our papers. And the skills that you have given us, are not just going to be shelved in our respective communities. We are going to put them into practice. I can assure you that with the permission of my leadership, Dr. Chisala Walia, very hardworking man, we are going to perform wonders and we are going to contribute to making the world a better place to live in. Dr. Amina, please continue being a wonderful unifier. We really appreciate. Thank you. Congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kapenda. Yes, I have to. You're right. There's three foreign what is it? Foreign. Michelle said, I'm just Michelle. But I have 3 interns that have been working. One's IT on the backboards of this Zoom because I am clueless. I have one that's making sure the connections work, and I have a third one that's feeding me the bios. So I have 3 that work with me, either remotely or here, but they work with me on each of the programs. They also are the ones that send out some of the emails. And they're also some of the people that post on my LinkedIn. So I thank you all and the resources that I have available to me, to include your service too, because some of you have helped me to hard charge this mission and keep my focus when I wanted to sit down and not do anything else. So of course, outside of Queen Mother and those elders that have kept this spirit going, I want to thank you. And I appreciate you more and more. Thank you so much. Next is Mufta Kolawole Suleiman from Nigeria. Mufta, if you can unmute your mic, the floor is yours.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Clearly, thank you.
My name is Mufta Kolawole Sulaiman. I'm from Nigeria. I just want to say a big thank you, Dr. Amina Ali, for this golden and amazing opportunity you have given to me to enable me participate in the Gender-Based Violence Fellowship Program. Actually, despite that, the fellowship program was indeed intensive and multidisciplinary. With the golden opportunity you have given to me and everyone, I could discover myself more better than what I could do before. Currently now, I'm seeing myself as a virtual leader of my community and as well, ambassador of my community, society, state, and Nigeria at large. And also as a certified gender-based violence advocacy for the whole world. Thank you so much, Dr. Ali, once again. I really appreciate your work done properly and effectively. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you. Wow, in the community. I am so proud of that. Not necessarily for the title per se, but the representation, because when much is given, much is required. And you are truly certified and you are truly ready. So thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. All right, from Lebanon, look how we transition from one continent to another. From Lebanon, we have Wissam Dodar, who is someone who I am trying to truly trying to get more representation and more of the understanding of what we need to do and what we are coming into this mindset to do. So I thank you, and I want to bring you forward because I definitely want to make sure that whatever it is that we are doing with the goodness of what brings us forward and brings more people to the mission. So without further ado, Wissam Dodar from Lebanon, I need you to unmute your mic. The floor is yours. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, we speak your name and we speak your name in valiant reverence because you are representing, I was waiting for you to say it, but you are representing Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, and there was another one and I couldn't remember the other one. But to know that you are representing 4 places in this one fellowship allows this to go across all of these boundaries to be able to be served. And I thank you for your mission. I thank you for your premise. And I also thank you for doing what you do. Okay. Uh-oh, I think I'm frozen. Okay, next one is it Abubi Wilson? Am I saying that right? Because I always just call you Wilson, but I want to pronounce your whole name. Am I saying that right?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon,
Yes, there
good
you
evening,
are. Okay, I
everyone.
was hoping you still were here.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. We hear you.
Yeah, my name is Ebube Wilson. And I really want to appreciate everyone Though we started the journey, but not everyone ended it. But I really love how I got support from a member of my group, Kolo Wale, who is part of the meeting here, and he's a really great guy. He's good. He's the only one who has been trying to push me up, keep me up in the tax, though I'm the leader of Group 6. But I really appreciate him, and I appreciate Dr. Amina Ali for the love and the support and the knowledge which you've given to us, and we will not let you down. We will always be there and move with you wherever you lead us. And I thank everyone, and I'm very grateful to be part of this, and I love you all. Thank you.
We love you just for you showing up and standing up for this mission. Thank you so very much. I cannot wait to have you in true mission of focus in Nigeria and get your feet wet, because this is going to be a great mission for you and the rest of your team. So thank you so much. Next, we have Abubakar Ali. You please unmute your mic. You have been so patient in waiting. Thank you so very much for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abubakar Abdurrahman Ali. I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Well, we say your name, and we thank you so very much for coming.
Hello?
Yes, okay.
Hello.
I thought you muted your mic. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm by name Abubakar Abdurrahman Ali. It's been an honor to be part of this program 2022. At least it's open, especially about the violence women. So I'll be a good ambassador of this program. I'll make sure I represent my community anywhere, anytime my effort is needed. Thank you once again, Dr. Amina Ali, for the effort.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm going to go back to Wissam Dodar. He's come back. He's connected. If you can unmute your mic, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody. Dear Dr. Amina, fire officials, fellows, and attendees. Apologize for the connectivity problem here in Lebanon. It's a routine. I am delighted to have set for this fellowship that added the new horizons to my skills and experiences domain of GBV and HR, human rights. If some will ask me, why did you choose to go for this advocate in this domain? I can easily say it's because of my mother, my wife, my sister, my daughter, my father, brother, son, for every woman, for every child, for every elderly, for every disabled, black and white, and for every vulnerable whose dignity and rights may be jeopardized. I am looking forward to deploying all what skills I gained and knowledge to serve humanity at large. In every geographical zone, I will be able to act in or advocate there. It is a shame that we are living in the 21st century of our life, and we still having refugees and wars here and there, and still finding stateless people and people deprived from their civil rights and human rights. It's not acceptable to find the groups of people or nations who beg gaining their dignity, while their dignity should be preserved by international laws. We still have children engaged in labor and worse forms of child labor. We still are finding trafficking and sex trafficking. And we also still having increasing in rates of poverty. We are still having biological and nuclear weapons that cause nothing but mass killing and mass destruction that will cause nothing but harm. A special thanks to Dr. Amina representing FIRE and hosting this important fellowship. And I urge everyone to be kind and human and to refrain from all forms of violence based on gender and to respect human rights and others. Thank you all. I'm very happy and congratulations for all. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you with some. Yes, thank you. It was well worth the reconnect. Yes, thank you so much. And last but not least, Tasiu Sirajo from Nigeria. Please unmute your mic. The floor is yours.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Tasvis Raju from Nigeria. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't know how to appreciate this day. Thank you very much for being a certified gender-based violence. I really appreciate, and I will be by the special grace of God. Thank you.
Okay.
Dr. Amina Ali. Thank you, Shed. Thank you.
You're most welcome anytime, anytime. We are here. Your family has been established and your mission has been given to you. And we look forward to you doing a great and mighty work in this field. All right, thank you so very much for those family members that have come out to support these graduates. That is all the graduates for today. I'd like to turn your attention, each and every one of you, from Queen Mother on down to the last graduate. I'd like you to turn your attention to your email. If you are in any time zone, your email has been sent. The graduates have officially graduated, and we pushed it at a right time because at 12 o'clock, we should have had all the graduates graduated. And we have sent your certificate to you in your email. So you are now official. You have walked the stage, if you will, and you have your certificates in your email. Please check your spam, junk, or your trash bins for the certificate. And please let us know in reply that you have received it. I'd like to, while you're doing that, I'd like to give a quick minute to each of the leaders of this group. I'd like to thank Husseina, Hassan, Adam, Jane Francis, Jesse Banda, Sarah John, Wilson, Ibubi, excuse me, and Zara Hawk, who are our team leaders this go round. It was 7 groups. Some of them had as small as 2 and as big as 5. So it's 7 groups. They are 7 groups that have allowed us to get through this successfully and know that there is a great formation of leadership that is going forward. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I equally want to thank each and every one of you for what you have done to make this happen. I'm seeing the emails come through now of the thank yous for the certificates. Please, please, please share it with your family, share it with your friends, but most importantly, share it on your wall of your new office as you begin this work. I congratulate each and every one of you, and I thank you so very much for coming. I have a special announcement for Team 5. That was Dr. Chibundu, and I think it is, who was it? Who else was in Team 5? Is that Sarajo? Those 2 actually lost a leader and still managed to get to the end and still managed to get their detail in. That is a great feat of talent, to know that they are doing this for the first time, lost their leader, and still trudged on. So I wanted to thank you. I sent you also a special certificate of thanks and thanksgiving for your leadership, how you went from fellowship to leadership and to success by finishing the course. So I want to thank those 2 for offering the greatness of that talent. I equally want to speak to the newest additions to our delegations. We have, I think, 3 to Zambia and 3 to the Republic of, Trinidad and Tobago. They are going to be personal attaches to the ambassadors of each of the missions. And I want to thank each and every one of them for coming aboard. The many from Nigeria, of course, the one from Lebanon, and the many connections that you're making in between. I want to thank you all. I really appreciate your time, talent, and oh, there it is. Yep, time, talent, and your dedication. In closing, I want to allow Queen Mother, of course, as she always does in all of our graduations, to impart closing words, takeaways, or just bits of wisdom that we need to move forward and to cut that ribbon on the success of this mission. Queen Mother, the mic is, the floor is yours. You can unmute your mic. Thank you so much.
Well, my dear my dear, dear daughter, Queen Amina Ali.
Yes.
And all of our fire family. This has been one of the most delightful, heartfelt, and spiritual events I have attended. I sent out a brief little blurb on the chat saying I could just imagine the ancestors are dancing, doing the happy dance and clapping and feeling that the world is in good hands. And that is my closing remark, is that, and you said it, to whom much is given, much is expected. But I feel secure that those who are accepting the task they're going to make that moonshot. Yes. They're on the quest. They know what it is, and they have the heart of champions, and everything is going to be all right. So thank you, and I thank God that I have lived to experience this moment. Go forth and be blessed.
So much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that, Queen Mother, and I appreciate you being here for that that commemoration of understanding. That wisdom is truly heartfelt and something that I really needed to hear, that we have a team that's ready. You know, sometimes you, just like a mother sending her children to college, you wonder, okay, they're physically going to another address, but are they ready for that residence? You know, and are they ready to move forward in that living space? Or are they just going to just go wild and you're just going to find out about it on the next police blotter somewhere, you know? So you wonder, and I really feel that this group is ready to go out there and make a true difference, from the delegations to the individual missions to the new NGOs that are going to be birthed from that. I really believe that they are ready. And being one of the first 400, I can't even tell you. They have a movie called 300. So now we done toppled them, we're 400. And we are going strong in this number. And I can't wait to see 2, 5, and 10 years from now, how many we're going to have in this mission. But just like Honorable Gamble said, we can end this. We can end this. And I have no doubt in my military mind that this can happen in my lifetime if we just keep going. So thank you all.
And all the angels, all the resources. Look, you've just been a magnet to attract, because God never gives us a vision without the resources to make it happen.
Correct. I agree. I truly agree. And the legions of angels that are behind this mission, I can't say anything but thank you for that wingspan, because there's some days that I want to put this talent down and just hand it over to the next group. But I truly say that I have inspiration from all corners, and this group is no different. Thank you so very much. We have Dr. Vassima Williams, who will be giving our benediction prayer. Dr. Lomax normally does it, but she had a mentorship meeting 30 minutes ago, so she wasn't able to stay to the end, and Dr. Williams has agreed to close us out. So Dr. Williams, if you can, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amina Ali. To Queen Mother, who is always wonderful to see your bright, beautiful, shining face. I don't know you, I haven't met you in person, but I feel the radiation of your love, that you impart such amazing wisdom to us in every forum that you grace us with your attendance. Let me say a wonderful, amazing, happy graduation to everyone who has met the challenges and overcome them. And in overcoming them, now you have received your reward. Mm-hmm. So I'd say congratulations. Eternal, all-wise, almighty, ever-present, loving God, we say thank you. We position ourselves in gratitude today for the wonderful work that has been done. We now petition you, Mother Earth, all the energy, all the water, all the land, all the fire, to create such a recipe of empowerment that utilizes love, peace, joy, compassion, mix them all together to create a building block of wisdom for each one of these graduates to go forth, to build, to grow, to embrace, and to empower. We thank you for all of these things. We are positioned to continue to receive, because as we leave this place, we never desire to leave your presence, so that we might be effective. We might continue to be passionate. And most importantly, we continue to love and elevate every human and everyone, no matter what their gender. In the mighty name of God, our Father, our Creator, our hope. Amen, amen, ashe.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Williams. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the closing out of this great event. For those of you that are wanting to get a copy of this, give me about an hour or two. Send your request, and I will send you the link to it. It will be up on YouTube, so we're going to upload it to YouTube, and we'll just send the link. For those of you that are wanting to join this organization and join the next fellowship, we will be having another sexual and gender-based violence program on May 10th, I believe it is. So we have registration that is going to start April 15th. Go to our website, www.fire.org. Fire is F-I-G-H-R. I'm going to see if I can have one of my angels here today put it in the chat. And go to our Institute of Social Impact Strategies, which is our teaching and our education page. And please make sure that you have a great dedication for the next 3 months, because it definitely will take the next 3 months for you to be able to get to this level of convenience in certificate and certification. But if you know, you or someone you know wants to join this organization, join this group, join this class, please have your registration packets in by April 15th, no later than April 18th for the next class. And again, it will start, I think it's May 10th. Don't quote me, it's on the website, but I know it starts in May. So please let me know if you have any questions. If you have any assurances, please look on the chat for those speakers, the information that you need or want, and please make sure you reach out to them. As always, it is time to eat. For those that can't eat, because we can't eat right now. There's one of us that broke their fast today, so they are able to eat. But for those of us that still have about 6 more hours, you see the light outside, lets us know, further know we're not supposed to eat. But for those of us that are able to get to a great meal, eat for us, enjoy your time, enjoy your stay, enjoy your celebration, because truly it is for you. You have earned it. Congratulations. And on behalf of the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, as I close out this day, I want to say thank you to the entire team that allowed us to put this together, allowed us to have this great congratulations. And for those of us who have allowed the greatness of what it is that we know to be true and right in human and gender rights to come forth, I thank you. The world thanks you. Go forth and be happy and serve. We'll talk soon. Be well.